Gloria Casarez was actually the first person to be appointed as the LGBTQ liaison under the Mayor Nutter administration. She also was the first director of GLE, which is the Latino LGBTQ organization that still exists to this day. She also was the founder of the Philadelphia Dyke March. The Gloria Casarez mural was painted by me and a group of other artists as my assistants to be able to recreate this image in honor of her a year after her death. It was incredibly important for this piece to be in the neighborhood because it wasn't just about representing Gloria, it was also representing others who felt connected and represented by her. As of Wednesday of this week, I found out the Gloria Casarez mural that I painted was being whitewashed, which came to a surprise because I did not know anything about this. Neither did Mural Arts or any of the community advocates. The mural in itself is honoring Gloria, but it's also one of, unfortunately, not many spaces in which Black and Brown history is acknowledged and recognized and honored and valued in our city. Right. And so when, especially in this year where there's been a larger movement around racial justice, to see this act that happened on Wednesday on behalf of Midwood Investment, they're looking at this wall as just paint on a wall and not really understanding the power of an image, the power of what that represents, the many hands that were part of that process. I have been communicating that to Midwood, and it's been falling on deaf ears. It was in 2018 when I found out that the 12th Street Gym was being purchased by Midwood. It was then that I intervened in conversations with Midwood and Mural Arts to say, okay, there needs to be a process here in how we're going to salvage the mural. We knew there were plans for the mural's demolition. That was very clear. And the proposal that I had set forth with Midwood and Mural Arts, of which just last week, we signed a letter of intent, a non-binding letter of intent saying that Midwood would commit to their public art bonus to be able to cover the new public artworks that would honor Gloria, BIPOC LGBTQ narratives, and Henry Minton. That's where we left off on Tuesday. So the action that they took on Wednesday in whitewashing the wall is throwing out all of that work out the window, because the mural is actually painted on what's called this polyester fiber parachute cloth. So kind of like wallpaper, when you destroy or knock down a wall, there are pieces of that wallpaper that still remain intact. So we actually had a conversation with Midwood saying, if the mural was going to be demolished, that if there were parts of the mural that were intact, that we could salvage that and have it archived and preserved. And we came into an agreement with that, a verbal agreement altogether. Never at any point did they say, oh yeah, part of the demolition process is us painting over this wall. This is just a lesson, or if anything, an affirmation of the importance of memorializing Black and Brown histories in our communities, in our city, and also the fight to continue to do that. The honoring is not just the mural. The honoring is also us fighting, right? That is part of the honoring of Gloria and what she stood for. And I said this before, but for me, it's really, Gloria fought so much for us. We need to continue to fight for her.